Ready? We rock and rolling? Wavy's World, we're here locked in again. That Labor Day weekend is over. We back at it, man, ladies and gents. Not the city, not Long Island, but the world. And boy, I tell you, it's a Queens spectrum going on right now. H2O here, Grafh here, Big Queens in the building. Grafh.
Lucky for you.
Man.
Man. The mic is on?
Yeah, of course.
It's fantabulous. It's good, though.
Fantabulous is a superlative word. I wish I could get Hector locking on them shoes. The shoe game right now is really spectacular. I mean, that's got to change everything right there with the city and the world. But Grafh, great to have you here in the building. Great to see you here in the building with H2O and so on and so forth. We'll get right to it too. You know, you got a lot of things to do, but we're gonna make sure this is a quick extensive blender.
We're gonna rock.
What is the first connection that you could have and remember with H2O per se and Ballin for Peace and NYC Elite 32?
It was a cold winter night. I saw a man on the porch shooting air balls. I was like, who could this be that needs help from a professional? Let me come save him.
Glad we got trainers.
He from the town. He from the same neighborhood.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big Queens.
We outside, indeed.
Grafh, did you hoop yourself at any point?
Only in the hood, though. Not like for real. Like in the hood and hood leagues and all of that. Then I started selling drugs and everything went downhill.
Well, you know.
Shit happens. It's real shit.
A lot of things.
I used to be nice. I was great. Then, you know, Queen shit. Then
I don't know if he was ever nice in basketball.
I was better than this nigga.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you sure? Well, you
I ain't gonna lie.
at that age.
He shot a 3-pointer in front of Whoopi Goldberg and won a game-winning scenario. I witnessed that. But that was a couple years ago. But still, I still gotta give my man some props. Besides that, man, I got nothing good to say about the nigga.
Absolutely.
That's my nigga though. He from Queens. That counts.
Of course it does.
I used to be good though. I used to be good. Just fancy dribbling. I probably scored sometimes, but I look great all the time.
Hey, listen, as long as you look eloquent. And what you do in the basketball game, right?
It looked good, man, but I ain't score a whole lot. But I scored enough. And it was like, that nigga look great, but he got 2 points.
Absolutely.
MVP, though. Look like MVP.
You know when we come to the court, we look sharp. We got the headbands, the wristbands, and everything.
But I wasn't one of them niggas that, them niggas that come suited and booted like they came to play, but they suck. I wasn't them niggas, though. I didn't have like the Haran gear with the leggings and the headband. I didn't come dressed to lose.
H2O used to do the headband too.
Nigga,
so like this go down.
That nigga be dressed to lose. When they come too fresh to the court, I'm like, I'm not picking that nigga.
Nah, at the end of the day.
But tell me that ain't facts though. Any nigga that comes to the court, when they come too suited and booted for balls,
they
like,
suck.
That nigga's gonna he can't take IG pictures.
I changed the mode with that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like 80% of feeling good is looking good. When you're on the court, you're supposed to look good as well too.
Nah, that's a fact.
And that take you to your
But
game.
I'm telling you though, most niggas that come really suited and to play ball, they be trash.
Yeah.
Niggas spend mad time in the mirror, no time on the court.
They suck. It's not good. Like that's a fact. When you present yourself, your game, usually you let your game speak for yourself and not your accessories that you have on.
I mean, not saying don't be fresh, especially from Queens, you're gonna be fresh all the time.
Yeah.
You be seeing them niggas, they come, it's like, oh, like a nigga, it's like a bitch that go to the gym with makeup on. It's like, ma,
what the fuck
you're going there to sweat.
It happens though. I see it all the time. They going there to take pictures.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, we got a lot of Queens energy in the building, and Queens is definitely what we're working with right now. Tell me how your town and your borough with basketball and music has influenced you on what you put. I think
I just realized it's a basketball show, but I'll carry on.
No. I mean, this is a culture show. You know what I'm saying? Everything, everything and wrapped in one. Even though sports is the main premise.
Well, Queens in general, we got a lot of leagues in the hood, and I played in all of them shits. Impact and playing on my team in junior high school, playing in all the leagues when I was in high school. When I got to college, I started hustling in the streets. Totally devoured a niggas drive for sports. But and I mean, actually, my drive for sports got shut down on a deeper level actually, because I used to bond with my pops through watching the game, and then when I was 16. He got murdered across the street from where I was living at, and I happened to see it. And then after that, I just fell out of love with sports because it was a trigger.
Absolutely.
I didn't watch the game. I didn't play ball no more.
Traumatizing moment.
Super trauma. I probably still ain't deal with that. And then I started getting lost in the street and playing with weapons and drugs and shit, and I just forgot about the basketball altogether after that. And I started driving around that time, so now I'm outside. Before that, I wasn't outside at all. So all of that combined at the same time was like, that's how I kind of felt out of the love for sports the way I was in love with sports when I was in them leagues and collecting trophies. I had mad trophies still, and I was going hard, and then shit happens.
Yeah,
throw you off.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this. I've heard you say it in interviews and things of that nature, like, but us both losing our parents like early on. How is that? How have you coped with that? Have you coped with that, like even dealing with that, or because
drugs and prostitution? No, I'm joking. I probably need therapy, and I try to, but I'm so mental, which is crazy. I'm such like a mental person that I tried therapy one time or twice, and by my second session, I was therapizing that nigga. I swear to God, he was telling me more of his problems. I guess he started trying to relate to me by telling me his problems, but then I'm so mental, he started like confiding in me to the point where halfway through the session, I was like, do I still gotta pay for this? I was like, damn, nigga, I helped you more than helped me this session. Like, I really was getting it, like, helping him. He was like, word, man, maybe you're right. Like, I was really, he sort of light fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, but I'm super mental like that, man. Yeah. That's just me. But have I dealt with it? I don't know. Shit, weed helps. Boxing helps. Music for sure. Without music, I'd have been a fucking serial killer, guaranteed. Would have shot all you niggas. The DC sniper in New York. It's a fact. So music for sure.
Yeah.
And just music. I would say music. 100%. Music is the therapy.
You spoke about the DC sniper. You got music you did with 38 Special, so on and so forth. You want to speak on those tracks and those music?
He ain't from DC though, but I like the segue kind of. Mm-hmm. But it's gonna work. 38 Special, my nigga, man. Shout out to 38 Special. We did 2 albums together thus far. My last one, which is called, what's it called? Oh, God's Timing. Mm-hmm. And the one before that is Art of Words. He produced both of those projects, and they came out pretty dope. That dude is an incredible producer and a dope MC, and he's not one of them niggas that is gatekeeping information. I think the problem with our community a lot of times, we get something and we want to hold on to the shit. We don't share and include family and empower your brother. Niggas be competing and gatekeeping and want to stay in their position forever, not pass the torch or not put other people on if they seem like a threat in any kind of way. And certain guys in the game that I've encountered, when they share information or share resources, I like to shine a light on them because that's a big thing. And we don't do that often enough. Like, I always put niggas on information or opportunities. I don't gatekeep or hide anything. You know what I'm saying? If you know me, it's a wide open door. Word. So shout out to Spesh for that, because any juice he has to offer to help you get to a bag, he would share that. Shout out to my nigga Flea Lord. I did a project with him. He also helped with the progression of things, because I'm in more like what's considered the underground lane right now, which is very lucrative and very culture driven and progressive for artists that can fucking rap, and it works financially. Because when you talk about the underground, I do the quotations because kind of like underground is like mainstream now, because everybody wants to be culture and be down with culture now. So it's like you call it underground, but is it really when we selling more tickets than the rest of these niggas? Like, if I toured with Benny the Butcher and Conway and those guys a lot, domestically and internationally, and we're selling out venues from the fucking stage to the back door. Yeah. Selling merch, selling vinyl, selling hard tickets, more than niggas on the radio. Like, those fans are not, like, when you have a radio hit, those fans stick with you because you're relevant at the moment. When you're just dope in life and good at what you're selling, those fans stick with you for life. You don't have to have a song out. Correct. You just have to be alive. You don't even got to be alive. They probably come see a hologram of a nigga when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? So that lane is a different business model than the mainstream contracts and the way business is structured. And I feel like Flea Lord and 38 Special kind of put me on to how the business is structured in those lanes. So I was oblivious to that. And ever since I found that out, I was like, oh, I'm chilling.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Like, for Queens and for New York, like, for your name, for rapping, you're like a Giacana in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But, facts. But a lot of people outside of that might not know that, because, with the underground, with the battle rap, and, but you actually had a chance to see the mainstream and be a part of that as well too. Just explain to the public the difference and what do you prefer per se?
Well, I'm more comfortable right here in this lane, but I'm in the middle of both. I still, my new single now is called Juice with me and Busta Rhymes. It's mainstream.
Which we're gonna make sure we loop up at the end of this.
I'm in the clubs with Busta running all over the place. So that's like the more mainstream energy. But then I got a bunch of records with Benny the Butcher, and I'm on tour with those guys, and Griselda, and 38 Special, and Flea Lord, all the guys that's kicking ass in this terrain down here, making this money, and I'm more comfortable. Yeah, but that doesn't mean one is better than the other. This is just, in my opinion, more lucrative because it's more progressive and everlasting, and it's more culture. Those fans are there for the experience. They're there for bars. They're there to buy. Niggas is buying hoodies in the summertime, fam. Niggas buying Scullies all year.
Absolutely.
Niggas buying vinyl. They ain't got a fucking record player. They buying a vinyl as a collector's item to hang on the wall or to collect it because they care about the culture. So you tap into more of a different type of fan, a different type of supporter. I don't even want to say fan, different type of supporter of the culture. Like me, I'm not the artist that gives a fuck about numbers and who's popular, and I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Is it dope?
Right.
That's it. Is it dope? Is it culture? Does it matter? Is it impactful? I'm standing behind that. You could have no followers. If you dope, I'm gonna fuck with you. You could have 10 billion followers. If you not culture, I can't fuck with you.
Absolutely.
Yo,
That's just me.
Real quick, so you've been on tour with Joyner Lucas, The Lox, Benny the Butcher, things like that, like Royce the 5'9", like like in many different, like you said, many different pockets of like artists and things of that nature.
Right.
Like I always say this, like what do you feel like you personally need to be where you at, and where is that exactly?
Well, from what I'm learning now, it's just I mean what I've been doing, but it's really just marketing dollars. Niggas spend a lot of money to be where they at.
Yeah.
So if you spend, like I heard Russ do a clip the other day, he was like $100,000 ain't enough to market this shit.
100%.
The niggas spending $1 million on one record. So a lot of times when you say, oh, this is organically moving. No, it's not, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They spent a rack of money on a TikTok campaign. Look at what the Young Thug said the other day. He said he spent $50,000 on fake bots for Gunna's album to be #1. Fake bots. 50 bands on fake bots is wild. Think about that. He spent a rack of money promoting them in the real situations too. 50 on just fake bots is nuts to my ears, but that's probably regular industry standard. Shit that I have never really experienced or seen, because I'm actually building my shit brick by brick from the ground up, actually organically. So my fan base is progressively growing, and my business is scaling up in the most authentic, honest way. I never really did ads, none of that. These are all real fans that just give a fuck about dope shit.
Yeah.
But if I had $1 million to spend on one record, shit, nigga, you could only imagine where I would be at this day and age. But I have a solid fan base that cares about culture, and it grows every day. I make new fans every single day.
We got to make sure they get that in the comments too. Like if we could get any mainstream, underground, any rappers, anybody trying to come up, what do you feel is the better realms for you, whether it's independent or whether it's the battle rap or trying to get a deal, because the game of music has changed so much. 20, 30 years ago, selling a CD meant so much, what I'm saying? Now it's about streams and views, or if you're in that realm, the tickets and people coming out. So we should definitely get the comments and the criticisms about that as well too. But you spoke about a lot of trials and tribulations.
Before we get into that, let me comment on that, because you brought up a good point. I'm gonna say, number one, I think streams fucking suck. So let me just comment on that. I think it sucks. I think it robs fans of the experience of touching music, because artists used to put a lot of time effort into creating CDs and making the booklet and doing straight photo shoots for the booklet. I mean, I remember my first album I ever put out.
That's a fact.
I wrote out my thank yous. It took me months to write them out. I didn't want to forget nobody. I wrote them out, and then I made a font out of my handwriting. I said, make the whole album in my handwriting. Like it took time to create.
I mean, that was an
CDs.
experience when CDs used to come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you had to go to Sam Goody or or whatever it is,
they get gypped of that experience, and that's really whack. Like even when somebody come to me for an autograph, what the fuck am I signing? You don't have a CD for me to sign. I'm gonna sign your Spotify page, nigga. Like, this shit is trash. It's a whack day and age. That is whack, and also the content age we're living in now, right? To me, it's not that it's whack.
It's different,
but it's whack because the music doesn't matter as much. Like nowadays, the nigga with the best content will be more popping than the nigga with the most dopest music, which means the best editor will win, the best director will win, not the best MC.
Correct.
So we're in a really weird time. But if you could do both, good for you. But if you only rap well but you can't make good content, you'll get overshadowed by a nigga that can edit better than you. That's a disservice to the culture, in my opinion. Not knocking the content. Just knocking the fact that person will outshine somebody with actual talent.
Facts.
Because you can edit better on your phone. and a nigga that can rap better and make better records than you. You outshine him every time in this day and age. That fucking sucks.
So in this day and age, how have you been able to stay relevant in this content era, being someone who came from when people had to go and actually buy music to now in this this streaming world and things of that nature, but still staying relevant and still like wanting to be here, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, fact. Well, I learned to play the game. You got to play the content game. There's no way around it. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how good your music is. You better make a shitload of content to promote it, or you will not be heard. You have to trick niggas to listen nowadays. So you got to make a shitload of content so they can pay attention. Oh, you want me to pay attention to that shit over there, the song? Oh, I didn't know you even rap, fam. You make music, but you got to make a bunch of content to get somebody to pay attention to your actual audio.
Yeah,
that's just the game you're in right now. It's
when
not
you say
about
content, do you mean like not just lyrics or words? Do you mean like just material?
Actual visuals,
general, like,
visuals. Like for me, content is lifestyle. I'm not a content creator per se. But I live a pretty interesting fucking life. So I might just tape my shit, just tape it and slice that up. So for me, content is just my lifestyle because I'm active and doing shit every day. So if I just tape that and post it every day, my life is content. But other niggas go outside and legit make content every day. That's their job. And I don't knock it because they're making a living off of that shit. And some niggas are really good at it.
But they got to find stuff to do, right?
Right. That's right. If you don't have a discernible skill and an actual talent, then you have to make a talent out of that.
Yeah.
Which I don't knock because like that's an actual job now. Influencer, you can write that on your taxes, fam. It's a real job. No. You could be that. Like you could be whatever you want in today's day and age. You don't have to have actual talent.
No, there's people richer than us on TikTok.
What?
TikTok extraordinaires, Instagram extraordinaires. Shout out to my man Heck, Bronx Tale Studios. He lets us know how content.
It's not a game.
Numbers, everything is
content is key, bro. Content
key
is
right now.
And like when I say I don't care about numbers, I don't mean they don't matter. I mean I don't make art based on numbers. I don't give a fuck about that. Perfect example. I got a show called fuck is my show called? Members Only. The Members Only show. It's my version of Rap City, right? Mm-hmm. But instead of the artists coming to my platform and performing with a microphone, they perform with my live band. So it's a really cool show. So it's like, shout out to Big Tigger because he's not doing. I don't know if he's doing Rap City anymore. I don't know if that's coming back, but that platform was so instrumental and important to the culture to me. I just decided to recreate it. Nice. I mean, so I had Benny the Butcher, Davies, Bun B, bunch all the homies that I fuck with. I interviewed on my show and they rocked out with my live band and the shit is really fire. Now, if I was only concerned with numbers, number one, the show with me called Members Only. It's called Members Only because it's people who are up the culture. You know what I mean? But like if you snitched or some shit, you can't come to my show. If you're like just a big artist that just will do great number wise, but you don't rep the culture the way I see it fit, you can't come to my show. Like somebody asked me if I had Sexy Red on the show. It's like, nah. In the club, I love Sexy Red music. But on my show, hell no. Mm-hmm. No disrespect to her, but that's not what I'm selling. You feel me? I know my audience. I know what I want to hear. And I want to grind on a bitch ass to that shit in the club. But when I'm talking about culture on my platform, no. I don't care how much views we get. I don't give a fuck. That's not what I'm selling. So I think once you know what you're selling and what you stand on, you guys just stick to that. I don't care about the numbers. I care about what the fuck is dope and what's relevant and impactful to the culture. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Or,
It's interesting that you just said Sexy Red, and I just seen
she got the most hits in this motherfucker though.
Yeah,
I'm in the club. Play that shit. Absolutely. I don't need to hear my lyrical shit in the club. You can turn that off. Turn that shit on.
Right.
As soon as I leave the club, turn it off.
Yeah.
Big Queens, 50, Curtis Jackson made a comment, saying that some of what I think it's on both sides, but some of what the ladies might be putting out there is putting, of course, the wrong messages to the ladies, and the ladies might be more impactful with it. No, I feel so crazy, but
that ain't new though.
Yeah,
in my opinion, but he's right.
He is right.
100% right.
He is right. But to me, music and hip hop and culture is such an interesting thing too, because all the music can influence, but at the same time, it's about the decisions you make. It's about who's around you too, whether parents or not, or folks just because you watch Scarface don't mean you're gonna be able to sniff 22 lines of cocaine and shoot up people. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta know, we could watch things that be like, yo, I could do that. It's always so crazy. You talked about the streets and we've been around all realms. It's always crazy to talk about a crime until you could do it. And then now you get into crime and everything that you planned a certain way doesn't work out. Now what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like because everything seems like it's gonna go perfectly, and that's just a metaphor. But like
that was a good metaphor. But let me comment on that. What you just said. I feel like he who controls the media controls the mind, which means you run the world if you control people think. So like with the example you gave when you said just because you see Scarface doesn't mean you could go sniff 22 lines. That's true. But if he who controls the media only shows you Scarface on your timeline 24/7, you're gonna have a million kids thinking they can sniff 22 lines.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's the dilemma we have nowadays. He who controls the media, which is never us, we own nothing. Us, this color. He who controls the media controls the minds of the people, and that is going to run the world because you control what people think and what they see and what they feel. So it's a double-edged sword with that kind of shit because they only promoting the sexy reds of the world. You're not going to see a person like Rhapsody get the same attention as a sexy red because sex sells. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And ignorance sells and ratchetness sells. And as much as you don't want to hear it, it's going to be in your face 24/7 because it sells. But they did it the other way around. Let's say they promoted the positivity. That would sell too. Whoever controls the media controls what you see and what you buy. They're just not pushing that. But if they did push it, it would sell. If they played all the positive shit and minimize negativity, then positive shit what we be talking about right now. But that's never going to be the case. But it's just a fucked up dynamic. Yeah. I feel like if we owned any media outlet and made it as popular as a TikTok or Fox 5 or Instagram, we can control the future.
Absolutely.
We could literally have impact. Impact is the best word in the world. We could literally impact the future, like 100%. But we don't own the media outlets for that one reason, because you would control shit, and you would run shit, and you would influence shit, and then you would influence how money is spent and where it goes. So they make sure you don't own the media, or else we would run shit.
But we thought we did with BET for a very long time, and then we all found out that wasn't
That's
even
a hoax too, as well, right?
You know, by us. You know what I mean? So it's a lot.
We don't own the media outlets that control the mind. Think about it. Even if you look at how the world runs now, the internet has more influence than 100%. TV.
Yeah,
and we don't own any of the fucking outlets that we make popular. Like
very popular.
I tell any artist, if you look at a TikTok or Instagram or Snapchat as just some app. No, it's not an app. This is an entertainment channel. This is a channel. This is a way for you to brand any business and become rich and make an impact. It is way deeper than just an app. You know what I'm saying? This is an information portal, and we don't own shit.
Imagine trying to start that though right now. Imagine trying to start like a new Instagram, black-owned Instagram.
There's a black people have tried this many times. I support all of them. Even from Feed. Remember they made a company called Feed years ago that was kind of like a Facebook. I was one of the first people involved with that. I went to the mansion in LA, was supporting that. That shit ain't pop. There was another company that I was working with that was black owned. I forgot what it was called. I was a part of that early. It didn't pop. It takes a lot of money to make these things pop 100%. And influence and connections and all of that shit. And unfortunately, I don't know why we don't make it pop. There's enough black millionaires and billionaires with influence to get together and control this whole motherfucking shit. Look at the Rock Nation brunch. If all them niggas got together, say, you know what? Let's shut shit down and change the world right now in this minute. It would happen. I don't know why it doesn't happen. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe have to all be on the same accord or something. But
that's that crab in the barrel mentality. I'm
not saying with them in particular, but just in general, there's got to be a reason why we don't own this shit. I don't know what the actual reason is, but it's not like we don't want the ownership.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
I'm with you on that. I think we have enough of influential, powerful people.
What Tyler Perry did, he made his own studio.
100%. You know, Oprah, you have, Jay-Z, you have all of these people, 50 Cent, you have all of these people who have it, right? We got it. Like, that's even the rappers.
Even when Jay-Z made Tidal, niggas ain't run to that. They ain't support it like they support iTunes.
It's crazy. I had Tidal. I was watching it.
I'm glad you did that.
The majority didn't, but I was actually mad when it got shut down.
We never support us. We never support us to push us to the top. It just doesn't happen. I don't know why. Probably just the brainwash from slavery. I don't fucking know. It doesn't happen. Like, imagine if we all collectively push Tidal to the top and it's past iTunes and Spotify and all of that. We'd be in control of some shit.
Well, it's so crazy, H2O, when you had that bit moment and the heck got it good a few weeks ago when you were explaining, like how we don't support ourselves.
Oh,
we don't walk in, we walk in Neiman Marcus and they told you Godspeed is 200 and you gave them 200. You know what I'm saying? They told you Louis Vuitton and you gave them that. And your man creates a product tomorrow and he said, yo, it's $55. You're like, yo, bro, can I get it for 45? But like,
we do that.
But,
and I would like to say that Godspeed is black owned. Shout out to the homies. They need
yeah, well, that's just a metaphor for one of the designers. Yes, yeah. In the stores, because that's what they would run to. You know, our culture right away. Like, you know, I'm just going for the hop in the strip.
But they actually black owned, which is what's up. I just want to shout them out.
Yeah.
And from Queens.
Yeah, but
that's right. There's a big fact. They got a good store too as well.
We tend to support people we don't know faster and easier than to support somebody that we do know. Right,
we've been on color
100%. We've been on platforms. I personally been on platforms. I put my platform out there, and the love you tend not to get the love from the people that you expect it from. My brother here has been with me on the journey with Ballin for Peace since year one.
Facts.
Right, and you know, he was very influential in that process as well, getting a lot of the artists and things of that nature from the first Ballin for Peace ever, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, and same with the music and putting together. He got me to where I wanted to help out in the music industry and putting together shows, and I didn't do that before I knew him at all. Like, you know what I mean? But even in this pocket that I'm at,
that network,
sports
right?
and music come together, and it's like, yo, yeah, this is, let's do it. Like, you know what I mean? If more people were thinking like that, like us, we would have been out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's what, you know, when Grafh said, you know, it's a sports show, but, you know, this is a culture show. This is really about
culture.
The world.
Think about it. No sport pops without us, man.
Correct. The culture.
The league ain't the league without this melanin. It just ain't. It's us. We don't own the league, but we make the league relevant. Nothing 100%. Pops without black culture. Nothing. That's why I don't even say black culture. I say culture. We are culture.
Correct.
You don't even have to say black culture. Just culture. You know what we talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Nothing pops without us. Nothing. If we don't co-sign it, it flops.
That's a fact.
You know, you spoke about, like I said, a lot of those trials and tribulations you've been through in your life, and you know, with all those stuff that you've been through, and you know, you say you live a good, luxurious life. Not as good now, but what is peace in general? Like, it doesn't have to mean vanity and everything. Like, what does peace mean to you?
Peace, security, safety, me knowing that everything is taken care of and I can actually have my mind quiet, because it's the busiest place in the world. When you can have peace up here, you are at, that is the true definition of happiness to me. Like, I remember a woman asked me, do I put love first? I said no. I put peace first above love. If I can love somebody and get no peace, that's not a good life.
Absolutely.
I've been there already. My most 2 toxic relationships, I love both of them bitches. Fuck them. I love y'all, kind of, sort of. Boy, fuck y'all bitches. But peace is not easy to find unless you align yourself with that frequency and that energy and get rid of the dead weight that is causing you turmoil. You know what I'm saying? Because I think peace is the most important thing you could achieve. That is happiness. That is freedom to me. Peace is happiness and freedom, period. Word.
What's a life tip that you would give to anyone? Like, just something that you kind of like, you live by?
Especially the things you went through, you know, for your children, like, your, you know, future.
The one, I have a whole bunch of fucking
that was a good one, H2O. That was a good
theories and all of that. But I think one I would say is, even if you don't make a vision board physically, make it in your mind. And wherever does not align with those goals, don't do it. As simple as it sounds, we don't do that every day. Make a vision board, and you can put it on paper. That would be great. But if you don't do that, make a vision board in your mind. Know what you want and what it looks like. Because if you don't see it, you can't achieve it. You have to see it, clear as fuck. See it. And whatever does not align with those things, don't do it. As hard as that shit sounds, try it. Like, if you want to be number one at anything, do the things it takes to be number one. And most niggas think they want to be number one, but they don't want them problems. You don't really want to be number one. You like the way it sounds. Being number one is hard as fuck. I remember when I was the number one nigga on the mixtapes. You know how hard it was to be number one? And you know the only thing that was harder than that was staying number one.
Right.
Getting there was hard, but staying there, after a while I was like, I can take this shit. I'll take number 2, fuck it. That shit was hard to stay number one. That's why I respect a nigga like Drake, who holds the number one for like over a decade. That is hard to do. Getting there is one thing. Staying number one is fucking hard, bro. That shit was hard. It was a lot of work. I was like, God damn, being number one is hard. That shit is not fun. It's not for the weak-hearted.
Everybody, you getting everybody's best. You know what I'm saying? And
you get your best. Yo, that shit is, staying number one is stressful. It's not happy. It's not peaceful. I'll tell you that.
Will Grafh have a number one chart record?
On the charts? I have no idea. I don't even know what they fucking quantify what number one is. Because let me tell you how I look at the business, right? If you have a song, let's say that whatever number one song is on the chart, to be number one on the Billboard, you know how much money they spent on that record? Now, if that same record was made with no budget behind it, would you consider it a hit? Probably not, because it would not be number one on the charts. But it's the same song, though.
Yeah.
So without that same song that's number one, without $1 million behind it, does not make it to number one. Is it still a hit? What the fuck is a hit is the question. Because if you put that kind of money behind any song that's even above average, it might scale the top 20. So what is a hit if it's not marketed properly? Because that same song without that budget would not be number one. So what the fuck is a hit? Because if you would have heard that same song at the studio with no money, you say this is a hit, but you can't prove it because there's no money behind it. But now with the money behind it, goes to number one. But without that money behind it, it doesn't even crack with top 100. Now what? What's the fucking hit? It's the same song. Right. Is it still a hit? Is it not a hit now?
Yeah.
I can't call it.
Name
I got $1 million behind one record.
Name 5 rappers from Queens.
Dylan.
That's Spit Hot Fire. Spit Hot Fire. Name 5 rappers from Queens that influenced you while you were coming up. And then once you answer that question, let them know your information, your Instagram, where they can follow you, what's coming up as well, too.
Nas the number one nigga that made me want to do this. Shout out to Nas. If I didn't hear Illmatic and then it was written, I don't even think I would be rapping. Maybe I would be.
One of the greatest albums, if not greatest. And
that
it was
made me pick up the pen and say I'm going to express myself in the same manner. So Nas number 1, Prodigy's number 2, Mobb Deep period, but Prodigy's like in my top 5.
Hempstead born originally, then Queensbridge later on. Okay, I had to get that Long Island one in.
It's all good. Shout out to Long Island.
Long Island niggas always trying to get Long Island in there. So.
He is from Hempstead. He's from the Shacks. But go ahead. But
I got a lot of money in the streets of Long Island. So shout out to y'all niggas.
Yes, indeed. Strong Island.
I fuck with Strong Island. Word. There are a lot of crimes with you guys, man. Shout out to you guys. What I said, Nas, Prodigy, that influenced me directly. Those are the main 2 niggas that influenced me directly. My top 5 is them 2, Jada, Royce, Eminem, Jay-Z. I really got a top 6. That's 6
that
niggas
was 6, yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
My top 5 is the top 6. But from Queens, who else? I'm just gonna shout out a bunch of Queens niggas. How about we just do that?
So
those are the 2 niggas that actually influenced my pen.
Chinks, Stacks,
but Chinks, my niggas.
Yay,
50 too. 50 influenced.
Coogee Rap.
Coogee Rap was the first nigga I realized I was doing gangster lyrics with the word patterns.
Yeah.
Facts.
Corona Queens.
Coogee Rap, LL, shout out to Nicki. 50 definitely had an impact on how we support. He's on the same side as Queens.
There's so many.
Tribe Called Quest.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna shout out all the Queens niggas. Fuck the influence part, but
yeah.
them niggas just great. We just them niggas. Queens,
Lost Boys would kill us. We ain't shout out South Jamaica too.
Lost Boys, that's a fact. Got to do that. I let down a block from them niggas.
Yo, do DJs still matter?
100%. To an artist like myself, who cares about the culture, of course, because I care about the culture. I would like to DJ on stage, DJing, cutting, scratching, doing the things that the culture requires. That feels like hip hop. Absolutely. So if you're just fucking streaming and shit like that, it might not matter to somebody that cares about streams and downloads. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. I care about the culture. So DJs, absolutely. And I'm gonna shout out DJs that break records.
100%.
Not just DJs up there getting a check, taking payola. Nah, fuck y'all. Y'all fucking the game up. Niggas that want to break records and do shit for the culture. And I'm not saying I shouldn't eat as DJs. It's a business.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if y'all break a nigga record and he go on the tour and make $1 million, y'all don't get nothing for that. That's not fair either.
Yeah.
But niggas that gatekeep and do the funny shit and don't actually break records, y'all can move over. But DJs that really break records and influence and impact shit, I fuck with y'all. Y'all matter 100%.
Yeah.
Just as much as the MC.
No, man, we here, man. The Wavy World, the city, Long Island, Queens in the building, Bronx Tale Studios. My man Hector, the engineer. Grafh, let them know what's going on with your future prospects, and let them know too. We got to loop up his track with that juice. 30 Special. We got to lock that in for the intro once he tells us everything.
That's the camera, ain't it?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I was looking at the way the whole time.
Yeah.
Hey, howdy, what's up?
Queens got you locked in.
That's a fact. I got a program called Music Therapy that I put in all these schools, man, educating these babies, man, and I get them to make cool songs and shoot cool videos and create cool content and learn about the music business and financial literacy in general. But the program is actually based in social and emotional learning, where we helping them become better communicators, get in touch with who they really are, and say the things in music that they never say out loud to teachers, to their parents, and really get in touch with how they feel, you know what I mean, as they grow to become better humans, period, you know what I mean, and better communicators and shit like that, and increase attendance and just have a more love for life, you know what I mean? So that's called Music Therapy. We in a bunch of schools right now. One of my schools is in a prison system, and we still scaling up, man. I want to influence and work with as many kids as humanly possible, just to give them the tools that we ain't have growing up. You know what I mean? I wish there was a me for me when I was young growing up, man, because I didn't have a way to express emotion in a positive way. Us from the hood, we express anger and frustration. We don't learn love. You learn love is not cool. You learn love is weak. Right. Mm-hmm. I had to be, it wasn't until I was a fucking adult I was like, hold on, love is kind of cool. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at it like it's a weakness, being vulnerable. No, that's a strength. But you're misguided because we black men from the hood. Don't cry, toughen up. Oh, how about not?
Yeah.
How about not? There's Absolutely. I tell my son this all the time. There's no real place for a man's emotions anywhere.
Nowhere.
I say you gotta put them to the side. If you want to lead your family, raise your kids, lead your women to the promised land, ain't no place for your emotions in this bitch.
At all.
Nah.
Especially black men.
If you want to deal with your emotions, go. You could deal with that when you're in the bathroom by yourself in the mirror, my nigga. Yeah. There's no safe place for you. So we try to help them with that and allow them to express themselves and say things they never said and that they probably would never say. They get to say it in my course, so I want to shout that out because I don't shine enough light on that.
That's dope.
I'm my third year doing that, and I'm never gonna stop doing that because the kids need it. That's one. Two, the new album's on the way. It's called "Sometimes Money Costs Too Much." That's the title of the album. Sometimes money costs too much because it does. Some of the decisions you got to make, like Busta always says, every choice comes with an invoice, and the things you say yes to will define who you are, and the things you say no to will define you even greater. So sometimes money costs too much. The new album, first single is Juice, featuring my nigga Busta Rhymes. Shout out to my brother Bust, man. And I got Benny the Butcher on there, Styles P, Tech Nine, Bun B, and Joyner Lucas.
Fire
album coming out fucking soon. Soon come.
Fresh off Labor Day too. Make sure they lock in, man. The city, Long Island, and the world definitely needs that. Big Grafh, Big Queens, H2O, Born for Peace. Heck, the engineer, Bronx Tales Studios. I promise you, milk and cookies for rookies, coffees and donuts for grown-ups. Throw that track on, man. We gotta make sure we locked in, man.
I love my daughter. Well, you remember this? But I say, bitch, way too much. But I'm a feminist. Bad man come with the venomous. Them man come from the tenements.